This is my review of the Creek DBair IL. Put the shock on my Bronson V2. Replaced it from a RockShox Monarch RC3 shock. The Creek is great. It's good. It's super adjustable, but it was bad for me to try to set up until I got ShockWiz, and I used the ShockWiz to get it dialed the settings, and once I did get the settings dialed with the ShockWiz, I feel like I haven't had to touch it since. There was this one time I was riding one of my trails and I hit this drop to almost flat, and I bottomed out the suspension. I was like, oh, that's not good. So I went around again to do another lap, but I cranked my high-speed compression up a quarter of a turn, and I felt like I was going the exact same speed, did the drop the same way, and I didn't bottom the shock out the second time around after cranking up the high-speed compression a little bit more. So that was really cool to be able to adjust to the conditions and riding style. Shock doesn't feel like it heats up as much as my RC3. I do some enduro races, and on the really big stages where it's steep and you're going for maybe 10 minutes or so, I felt like the back end on my old shock just started not feeling so great. It just felt pretty blah. And this shock really helps keep the cooling down, and it feels quite good the whole way down the race course, which is awesome. The shock has been reliable for me. The first Cane Creek DBair inlines were not really reliable. They kept blowing up and leaking air and not being great. But this new version, the DBair IL, it's been perfect for me ever since we got it. I've been ridden it about a year now, and it's been really reliable. I'm going to get it to the shop this winter for service, and hopefully have it back on the bike for next spring. The lockout switch has been awesome on it. I ride a Santa Cruz Bronson VPP, so most of the time I don't really need to use the lockout, but it's handy having it there if I'm going up a fire road climb or something like that. It just helps eliminate any kind of bobble that is left that the suspension doesn't get rid of. I would recommend this shock for anybody who rides quite aggressively, maybe doing big enduro races. I would recommend this one especially if you don't have room for the piggyback kind of shocks. Maybe if you do have room for the piggyback shocks, I don't see a reason not to get the piggyback instead of the DBair IL. But if you do have room constraints, or you want to spend a little bit less, get the DBair IL, and it's been solid for my enduro racing and riding that I do from day to day. Thanks for checking out this video. Like and subscribe if you would like to see more. I hope to get more reviews on all the gear I use in the future. Thank you.